Fear not, America. They're still on duty, that legendary duo, still humbly withholding their true identity under the guises of a noble flying rodent and a commonplace backyard bird.
To the Batmobile.
But what's this?
Welcome everyone, and welcome to the Gotham Knight channel. I am your host, the Gotham Knight, and just sitting here, sitting on 15th and Apollo right here in Gotham City at the Gotham Coffee Shop, waiting on my order and to get that going. And a bit of news came out for comic book fans, and especially digital comic book fans. Now, Comixology, like I said, I haven't had my coffee yet. Comixology, their app is shutting down the DC branded app. So Comixology put out a report out there that the DC Comics app is going away for Apple, for the iOS system and Android, and it wants its readers to transfer all their comics, all the DC titles, to the main Comixology app. Okay, now they came out and this is what they wrote: that the company had put out a message that the application was closing on Wednesday, June 28th. So the recording of this, that's 4 days away, guys. So the readers you'll still be able to read your comics and enjoy your DC titles. All you have to do is transfer them to the Comixology app. Okay, so there are other applications out there now. For a lot of us that we're diehards, of course, and we had the DC Universe app where they showed the movies and animation and all that good stuff. All that stuff was now switched over to the DC Universe Infinite app. Okay, so anytime I'm on the go, and I'm gonna get into a bigger debate. And here is the thing: if you're digital, that's great. If you love original paper copies, that's great also. I love an original comic book. There is nothing like holding an original comic book in your hands. Nothing. I will debate you to the end of the earth. The great thing about digital comics is I can't take my long boxes with me on a trip, on family vacation, and when I want to read something, the digital app comes in handy. So it's to each their own. Hey, to each their own. I buy physical comics. I love my comic books, but digital does help when you're away. Okay, so that's for me, my preference. That's where it comes into play for me. Now, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the instructions, because this is what the instructions that they wrote, okay? So, if you're going to be taking notes, take notes. This is how you do it, okay? So, for Apple owners, for the iOS readers, here's what you do. It is 5 steps, okay? Here's step 1. First, tap on Quick Links, the V icon on the upper left, within the DC Comics app. Then tap on Sign In. Okay, step 2. Sign into your Comixology account by using your Comixology username or Amazon login. And if you're already signed in, you're halfway there. Number 3. If you've never signed in before, you can create a new account or use an existing Amazon login to have your DC Comics library connected. Okay, here's step 4. Download your Comixology app for iOS and sign in using the account that you are using for the DC Comics app. Now you can read all your DC comics. you can continue purchasing DC Comics on Comixology.com. New purchases will automatically sync over to the Comixology iOS app for download. Okay? Here is for Android users. And Android, you only have 2 steps. Okay? So here's the 2-step part. And it must be a Texas app because it's a 2-stepper. So you go to step 1. Download the Comixology app for Android and sign in using the account that you were using for the DC Comics app. You can now read all your DC Comics. That easy. And you can continue purchasing DC Comics inside Comixology Android app and, of course, www.comixology.com. So any new purchases will automatically sync over to the Comixology app for download. That's all you have to do, guys. So, yeah, Apple owners, the Android is much easier. It is 3 steps less to do that. So yeah, that's the bit of news, guys. I want to go ahead and get you guys caught up for if you're digital readers and you use a Comixology app. That's what the company had sent out today. So go ahead, check that out, and get everything converted, guys. All right. You have a wonderful day out in Gotham City. We'll talk to you guys later.